And we'll hear more from Bob Geldof. First, Marcella, you've been talking to some of the dads, haven't you, who are fighting to get access to their children?
That's right, and there are some really heart-rending stories. I went to see a man from Kent who says 2 of his friends killed themselves because they couldn't see their children. And I've been speaking to a teacher from Hampshire who says he'd be able to cope better if his son and daughter were dead. They hung up their Santa suits this week, these fathers from across the south. 12th night meant an end to a difficult and, in many cases, lonely Christmas. But these were families marching to highlight what they say is a system that denies them access to their own sons and daughters.
Over 2 years I cried and I didn't know what to do. I have 2 close friends who committed suicide because of not seeing their children. I've never gone that far because I don't intend to, because I want to see my son one day. That's how devastating it is, because they'll never see their children again.
The court seem to want to restrict you till some of the access for the fathers here is a letter a month, which is an absolute disgrace.
Fathers aren't the only ones who often have limited access after divorce. There's also pain for grandparents.
When people get divorces, you tend to think, oh, we'll still see the child. But they don't. If the mother doesn't want you to see that child, you don't see that child. And that is the saddest bit. I didn't know it happened until it's in your family, until it happens to you. You don't know the hurt and the anguish that you feel. You really don't.
This march was relatively low-key. It's been the high-profile protests that have put this issue on the map. David Chick from Burgess Hill in Sussex. Police closed Tab Bridge for 3 days during his crane-top protest about lack of access to his daughter.
To determine how much a child sees their mother or their father, that is unreasonable.
OK, people are trying to change the law in different ways. We saw Spiderman on top of the crane the other week. Do you think that kind of militancy, in inverted commas, is what this movement needs, or is there a better way of going about it?
I think it is what it needs, and I think, but it's so long as it's peaceful, so long as it's done with great humour, so long as the humour gives you the perspective. The guy who climbed up that crane, regardless of wearing an outfit, is a superhero. You know, I mean, regardless of what he's like in his personal life, and people say he's this, he's done this in the past, that isn't our business. His child has been taken from him. This is sort of Nazi stuff. They take your child from you. You may not see this thing of yours. Yours, genetically so, it's empirical. Who is anyone, least of all the state, and I mean least of all the state, to stop your kid being with you?